My son turned 7 last month. He waited by the window all afternoon, wearing the paper crown he'd made in art class. Every car that passed made his little shoulders straighten with hope. But none of them stopped. No calls, no texts, no sorry, can't make it. Just silence. I told him softly, maybe next year. He nodded, pretending to believe me. Kids lie kindly. Adults lie cruelly. 3 days later, my phone buzzed. A message from Dad. Need $2,200 for your brother's graduation party. Big day. No delays. No greeting, no mention of the birthday they'd all skipped. Just another transaction disguised as family. I stared at the message until the screen dimmed. Then I sent him $1 and a note. Best wishes. He called instantly. I let it ring. When he texted, "Don't be petty," I smiled for the first time that week. Because that word, petty, had always been his shield. That's what he called me when I was 12 and asked why my brother got a new bike while mine was sold. That's what he called me when I couldn't afford college because he had accidentally used my fund to bail my brother out of a DUI. And that's what he called me again when I asked him to visit his grandson. Petty. I used to believe him. I thought maybe I was ungrateful, too sensitive. But the moment I saw my son's empty birthday table, I understood. They never forgot me, they just didn't care. That night, I made myself coffee, opened my laptop, and began a different kind of party planning. I started with the house. It was still legally mine, the same house I'd let them stay in temporarily when I moved for work. They'd promised to handle the bills. Instead, they stopped paying and blamed me when utilities were shut off. So, while they laughed about my boring city job, I quietly rebuilt everything they'd tried to destroy. Month by month, I paid off the mortgage. I transferred the deed. I documented every unpaid bill, every loan that never came back, every lie. I kept my mouth shut and let them think I was weak. Because weakness doesn't scare people, silence does. When I sent that $1, it wasn't a joke. It was a trigger. I knew Dad would blow up. And he did. He came storming to my house that weekend, shouting in the driveway, demanding his respect. I didn't answer the door. He tried his old key. It didn't turn. I'd changed the locks that morning. I heard him rattling the handle, muttering the same curses that used to break me when I was a kid. Now, they just sounded tired. He left eventually, but not before spitting on the welcome mat. My son watched from the window again, silent this time. "Who's that, Mom?" he asked. "No one important," I said. 2 days later, there was a knock on the door. Uniforms. "Ma'am, we received a report that you're unlawfully occupying your father's property." I almost laughed. Of course he went there. When manipulation fails, men like him reach for authority. I handed them the paperwork, a freshly notarized title deed, my name on every line. Their expressions shifted from professional to awkward. "Seems everything's in order, ma'am. Sorry for the inconvenience." "No inconvenience at all," I said. "He's been trespassing for months." They left. He didn't come back. That night, I got another text, a long one this time. "You think you're better than your family? You think money makes you right? I raised you. I sacrificed everything." I typed back. "You sacrificed everyone, not everything." Then I blocked his number. A week later, my brother tried calling from an unknown line. He begged, then threatened, then begged again. He said, "Dad's sick with stress. You've gone too far." I didn't reply. He forgot. Dad taught me exactly how far too far was. And I'd learned from the best. Word spread fast in our small town. Everyone knew. The man who'd spent years bragging about his control couldn't even enter the house he once called his kingdom. His friends stopped answering his calls. His drinking buddies avoided him at the bar, because nothing ruins a narcissist faster than silence. Public, undeniable silence. Last week, I took my son back to that same dining table. We made cupcakes together, no guests, no expectations. He laughed, frosting on his nose, pure and unbothered. For the first time, it didn't hurt to see just the two of us. Because peace doesn't need witnesses. Before bed, I opened the window, letting the night breeze in. My phone buzzed, One unread message from an unknown number. You'll regret this. I smiled and deleted it, because I already had for years. Now I was done regretting. The house was quiet. My son was asleep. And for once, the silence didn't feel empty. It felt earned. Dad used to say family was about loyalty. He was half right. It's about loyalty, but not to those who destroy you. It's to the ones you protect from becoming like them. And that's exactly what I did.